Okay, here we're rolling along here. God bless you. I'm glad you made it. You made it to the truth. You made it to here. Okay, we're going to talk about time because we're in a game and it's a timed game. All games have a time limit, so we're talking about that today. All right, Mike. Oh, I miss you, Florida, but I know you're doing great things, my man. Good to hear from you. Uh, I'm sure your loved ones are happy to have you. I know I'm happy to have you when I have you. J Baba, TD, look, we got Central South, the center of it all. Really, if you look at it, it's the center of the whole place. It's like that's her spot. Frank and Gina consummate it. J Baba. Mike, I miss you too. Oh, I'll be visiting you soon. Great. I'm glad you're happy you're there. Fantastic. J Bear Baba. Yeah, I'm sure that they're happy to have you. Jamie, Canadian representative for the country, checking in. All right, Queen of the North. Glad to have you. And thank you. God bless you, girl. Alan, King of the South. Prince of the South. You don't want the throne. uh, you got all South Carolina. What do you need the rest of the place for? You got everything you need right there. But God bless you too, my brother. Happy day, everyone. God bless you. All joining today. J.B.R. Baba, praise Jesus Christ. This guy's knows it all. Pauletta. Oh, that's who shot it all. Pam and Pauletta here. Pam is driving. Twin Towers of Power. A support to make this happen. You two ladies making it happen. Your donations really keep this thing going. That's why I say you Twin Towers of Spiritual Power. You just it's you set the yardstick high to live up to, ladies. You really do. And then you double down on it. What? There's two of us. I love it. Uh, great to hear from you. And I hope your driving is going well and probably go see little cool people that you know very well. Call your grandma and stuff. All right. Uh, good to hear from you, ladies. Anything on your mind? Anyone? I know. Individually, we're each. Hey, you came to the truth. I was like, okay, you're knighted. You're like, wait, what? Like, well, you made it. So that's you're like, no. So you don't. I happen to be sorry. That's just do. You're like, wait, what? Hey, you made it through the gate and you did it not. It's like when you go to the what's it called? Mirazad with a Z, right? Like Miraba's home where you live with Mira and stuff like, oh, okay, cool. They bring you, they drop you off from the bus at the Mirababa like Pilgrim Center, and then they drop you there for an hour or two or whatever. That's it. And then they're like, let's go. But the time they're there, you drop you off at a lot, and then there are no doors open anywhere. Basically, there's like a bathroom, but and then it's just like nice trees and fields and stuff. And there's one door. You like eventually go through this door. You like get to see part of the place in there and behind it and all this, the cool stuff inside and everything. And there's someone at the door who says, uh, there's notice at the door, and somebody gives it to you. It's in writing. I don't know if it's in writing, but someone does say it as you're going over the threshold. It says, Mayor Baba says anyone that is able to cross over this threshold was with him here when he was Ram. That's what they have something at the gate for you, which is just saying, giving notice at the gate is part of the game, a huge part of it. Like, if you go to the Avatar's house, you're going to get notice at the gate of reality. And, this is a way the properties are supposed to be properly run and understood and so on. something's going to happen at that doorway where you're going to go through. Oh, you made it to, you want to try and go through? Oh, okay. Let's see how it goes for you. So it's just, you know, interesting. Jay's here. All right. God, you made it. All right. Uh, bless you in Jesus Christ's name. All right, y'all. Good to have you here. And really, Dee Dee, thanks for the support, girl. Amazing. And I want to bring attention with this show to, playing this game for a soul is like, wait, I can't be killed. Well, that's cool. And then it's like, wait a second, how long does it go? Oh, that's great. Wait, what? Like, I know. So it's like, and then you're kind of interested in the clock and what's going on because you're like, oh, hey, this has a like set thingy. You got a program for this thing? Like, what's going to happen? You go to see a play, you're at the theater. It's like Act One is going to be these characters, and this is going on, and stuff like that. It makes it more interesting from the audience, but you're not really the audience, are you? You're a participant, and they don't have anything in their hand. They're just saying their lines. It's like, how do they know their lines? They do them ahead of time. It's like, okay, how do I know my lines? If I don't know them ahead of time, it's like, yeah, actually you do, but you don't, but you do. And it's like, wait, what? I don't understand. I'm like, yeah, they know, but you don't know. Well, we have something they don't have, you see, and this is where it really becomes apparent what we have and what they don't have in the last part of the game. Okay. This is where it really becomes things become noticeably different. And the way I want to say it is more in our favor in the game. Because if there's a game and you sign up on God's team and it like, you know, and it's a game, like there are all these games here, game. Hey, watch soccer, football, like all the games and the games, and you know, my town's identity is about this game, this team, or all that. It's really tied to this, right? So that's the overlay of our situation. So people are putting their emotion into a game that doesn't it's a representation of reality, but it's not. They're not engaging their or into reality and moving forward. They're engaging in a side game and giving their energy to a game, not God. It's okay to go to games and enjoy them and stuff. I'm not saying that, but if that's your baseline of that's who we are, Wrexham, it's like, wait, Disney, you done it again. You creepy, like, uh, cool but creepy. Like, if that's your identity, that doesn't work out in your favor in the spiritual game. That's all that life's about. So, but as I was saying, we have something in the game that they don't have that makes us win the game. Okay. I want to remind you of this. As we're entering the last phase, I want to remind you of what wins the game and why and how you're going to win this game and continue to win the game and actually see great strides in it. When you're with God, right? Oh, with God, so wait, yeah. Oh, how are you with God? In other words, you're actually totally connected with God all the time, and they're not. You have a heart. You see, they don't. They don't. They don't. They don't have any moral compass. They don't have any ethics or nothing like. They don't. They don't. They're not supposed to either. They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to be playing a character, but their character eventually cracks at some point, and they leave the Ten Commandments, and they, change the spot in their game, but not during this lifetime. Like sometime in between. They I play a different character. What I added a, you know, but not this time. You see, they're going to play their character. Oh, your interactions with them may or may not, cause them to have a reaction that moves them forward spiritually. We're the only catalyst that can move them forward. And so our connection to God is our heart. You see it say Heaven, Heart, heart, heaven. You see the people here, you got taken advantage of by the vampires if you weren't careful. Oh my God. And if you were careful, oh God, they're just, you know what I'm saying? That's, And vampires, blood, heart. You see what I'm saying? Is pumps of blood in here. So you see, that's our main organ, and that's what they want to feed off of. And they're feeding off of it until we notice it's like, hey, ow, mosquito, stop doing that. Die. Horsefly, ow, ow. Yeah. They're a lot like insects, like that way they're developing or whatever, but you still gotta be like, get off. Vampires off, mosquito off, stop sucking my blood off, stop taking up all my time, stop causing me to do the most mentally retarded thing. What are you? Okay, that's your stop, full stop. The way they take up our time is stuff, the fairies with the fairy tales and stuff, until we say we've had enough of that game. What do we use as we go through what I'm talking about, this process of the game of spiritual development, coming to God? Right and wrong. That's what we know, right and wrong. They don't. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. You understand what's right and wrong. You did from the jump, and they don't. They don't. They don't. Right from wrong for them is following their character or not. Never crack, never break, never say a thing. That's right from wrong for them. For them, that's right from wrong. What does that have to do with your life? Nothing. That doesn't have anything to do with your life. How you make decisions, nothing. Your decision making process, it doesn't have anything to do with anything they have. Okay, so the non-player characters, okay, they have, like early development of a heart. Like they're in between where the script and us. You see what I'm saying? They have like a little bit of heart. They're working on it. Uh, but they can't be trusted because they're still working on that. We can be trusted with sign up with God. We're very trusted by God and others who have signed up. Our actions speak of it. They're still learning for right from wrong, or they don't know it at all. That's the difference. And if they know right from wrong, okay, they're still working on it. Well, yeah, that's right from wrong. But in this case, I'm going to go with wrong because this will work out better for me in these other ways. You, you and I would never do that. You see what I'm saying? That's the contrast. That's the dividing line. And so they get all their things from Earth by making those decisions. If I just reach my hand in the cookie jar, then I can get all these cookies. And what? Like it doesn't make sense not to get the cookies. It's like, well, yes, it does. To us, we have principles and rules why we wouldn't do it. They're not my cookies. I wouldn't take it. It's like nobody's gonna know. What are you talking about? Uh, no, that's not the way you and I make decisions. Those are my cookies. God provides. I'm sure I got cookies right around the corner. If you got cookies, I know I'll get cookies. It's cool. It's God's watching over you. I know I'm good. Uh, yeah, you see, that's it. You need to see that difference now. I've been talking about principles and stuff, but has I had someone say to me, "Boy, I just don't feel like I'm ever going to know enough or whatever." You know so much. You don't have to know anything. You know right from wrong. Oh, hold on a second. I got a kitty cat looking at me. It's raining. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah. Oh, you just made it. Yes. Okay. You're safe. You're safe from the rain. Okay. He's like, oh, you see me, don't you? I'm in here. I'm out here. There's rain. Anyway, Berlin is safe. He was safe anyway, but he doesn't like rain and noisy stuff. He's such a scaredy cat. Uh, yeah. Alan, I see their fear rising greatly. I have no fear at all, and they don't understand that. Totally, totally. You're like, I'm going to see God, and that's a guarantee, and there's a time limit, and I'm actually going to see God. Yes, for a fact. That they're like, they know the same thing, and they're like, oh shoot, you know what I mean? Like they're having a different reaction. They're like, yeah, everything's cool and everything, but I'm not leveling up. I stay the same. I hear this every time. It's like, all right, again. They know they're just going to go back and do the same old thing, which, you know, if the game is to level up a little bit and they never do, it's like there's a little sadness that they never do. So I totally agree with you. And I 100%, you know, If you're watching, that's a natural reaction that you would expect them to have. And that's the development of their heart. They care about themselves only. You see what I'm saying? They don't have a care outside themselves. That's why, uh, which is so weird for a hive mind, right? They have to follow the hive. So that's like their standard above their own thing protocol, but that's not from caring. That's just because they're programmed that way. Period. From fear, because they're driven by fear, like Al says. They fear their queen bee and their repercussion system and all that. Otherwise, they wouldn't stay alive. You see it, and so fear is the driving factor. They have a twofold fear. One is they keep their same situation, and one is they don't. So they're just there to catch 22, as they used to call it. It's never going to work out for them, and they don't see the illogic of their situation. They're like, okay, well, I have everything here anyway. I know what's going on. At least I'm good with my character. I know how to be my character. That's like, okay, Disney character. You're like, no, I've switched from real life to being my Disney character. It's like that's enough for me. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not like that, and neither are you. You see. And see, do you see the stark difference in that in your behavior and your calmness and your groundedness? You're like, I actually know the game now. They can't get over on me. And so, before you didn't know this, so they were getting over on you. Like, I think I know what's going on here. There's something hidden or whatever. Nothing's hidden now. So your heart, yeah, and your choices, right from wrong, as you went forward in this game, the game God had already planned out for you. You played it with your heart. You have one. They don't. You won. You met me. You found the truth and stuff, and then you're like, oh, okay. Oh, and God loves me individually is what? Wait a second. This is out of scale and proportion. What? Because I had to get. I just won the game before you, but you're taking all the same steps. You're like, wait, that guy's Grace or whatever. Like, who am I? What are the? It's like, wait, you like, wait, I'm one of the apostles. Like, that's a pretty heavy role. There aren't that many of them. Like you see God put you into a character role, which is such a out of the population of, you're like, this is an entire play by God, and they're like this many. Wait, hundreds of millions or billions of players, and there are this many characters, and it's so out of proportion. Your mind can't even take it in. It's impossible. It's impossible. And so that is an experience you must process and accept. And I had to play my role, and you to play your role as one of the very few that is going to make it out of here. That's your character in this game, and you earned it. You earned it because you're different than them. You made different choices, and you made it here, and you done it by your heart, and you done it by right or wrong. It's that simple. See that this is not actually complex. You will learn as you go, and I can teach you more as you go. But your rudder, that you have your hand on the tiller of your heart, and you're doing right for wrong. You got here. That's what's going to get you to the end of the game. So don't see that even this knowledge, like your heart got you here, got you to the knowledge that set you free. But it was what drove you here. The knowledge didn't get you. You got the knowledge after. How did I get it? You got it because your heart got you there. You made the decisions that were right for wrong. That's how you did it. I'm just pointing out the obvious to you that in hindsight, you can stand there and say, oh, that's how I got here. Wow. And, when God put that heart in you based on what you did in prior choices and prior games. So you earned it, and then you lived it because God says you're able to do this, and you are. And that's why you're playing this role. Now you're playing it for them in the last section, in the last 8 years. We're playing, the truth, what's up, your heart is good, you're grounded, you're eating, you're indoors, you're in a home, things are better. We're playing it for them, and we're going to beat them. You see what I'm saying? Their whole situation is going to fall apart, and ours is going to get better, each individually and collectively. It has to happen. You see, it's not going to be no Disney finish in our favor, and we don't win, obviously, to them. We can't help them if we don't have that kind of a finish. You see? If we don't have a big giant crescendo where it's obvious we win, then they're never going to learn anything. They have everything here. They're never gonna change or nothing. We're never gonna get anyone to come over here. You see, hi, I have the truth. You're like, get out of here, dude. What they? You see, the game has to make sense. The underdog team comes in. It's like, wait a second. The Phoenix rises from the ashes. That's that right. Oh, here we go again, looping around. But in the end of the game, you have a reaction. The Bugs who go watch all these games and stuff, they're like, oh, the underdog's out, and then they won, yay! You know what I mean? That's a classic reaction to every game. It's built into everyone here, and that's what's happening to you. You're going through a time loop, 64 years. You know, I gotta wake up at a certain time, and oh, here's the information to the very few that can hear it. Then we hit the last 8 years, the last section of the game. You play this section of the game with more information, with more knowledge of the game. Now it's for real. Now it's infinite. It's for your soul, right? It's for infinite. You either get out of here into the infinite, or you stay here infinite. It's an infinite 8, right? It's eight out of 8, right? 8 times 8. That's the guy who's coming to save us. So, right, that's where you are right now. And crossing this line, they know it. This is when the game is like, okay, hey, you didn't know, so we treated you a certain way up to this point, but now you know, and we're gonna play the game for real. You're an adult. You're gonna play it for your soul. You're gonna play it for infinite. So it's like, you know, uh, become perfect one, and then it's like become perfect master, avatar ready. You go through the 4 journeys. It's like, okay, hey, you came back for the knowledge. Now you're here. You know what's happening. It's like, play the game. Even if you have some meeting with God, you know God is real. You know who I am. You know this is the information. Now you know. So you're going to play from the heart with knowledge. You're going to play the last 8 years, and you're going to make the right choices. And you're going to get it right. You got it right to get here. So don't be concerned about that. Not that there won't be difficult choices and stuff like that, but you will make the right choices. That's what's happening. I'm trying to. My job is like, where's Waldo? It's like, oh, there you are, and you're Waldo. So it's like, where am I? Like, I don't even know where I am. I got to find myself. Yeah, find myself first, man. And then you can go play the game. You see, here's where I am, and here's how I'm gonna get out of here. Right? Yeah, you can just, okay. I know where I am. You're guess what? You're supposed to be there. God put you there. So don't be like Waldo has to move. You found yourself. Like, yay! I found myself, man. Yay! You did. You found yourself in the game. You see everything around you, and you see they're a little bit skittish, a little bit nervous, like Alice says, and like, how they gonna? Are they gonna be? Are they gonna? Are they, you know, we did some stuff to them. They're like, are they gonna take a swing at us? Are you gonna take a spiritual death chop at us? It's like 100%. If you don't do what I say, yeah, that's 100%. I like that look on your face, by the way. I like it. I like it. That's the kind of face I want on you forever. Keep it up, or else, right? I get treated so differently. The fear that I'm gonna, give them a death prayer is so absolutely concerning to them before I show up. They do their best. Good. You see what level of fervor I'll pray it in your face about your family and babies and children over there, Bugs. Yeah, you see it? Okay. Get it right. I make the script now in the last 8 of the 8. I, the script maker, do it. Yeah, you see, you make the script. We're their script makers. Do it, do or die. Do it. I need this. Just be reasonable. I'm talking from a emotionally charged position in a straight ahead manner to keep your compass in the right direction. You see what I'm saying? But because you wield all the power, you can be absolutely pleasant about it. They read your mind still. You ain't on the 7th plane. You wouldn't be here. And so even if you're up on a 6, they still read your mind. And so they know to fear you if they know to fear you. And they know not to fear you if they know not to fear you because they read what's inside of you. Have you crossed the line? Have you gotten fed up with them? Have you given them their death prayer to face and in writing and all that? Have we got to that spot? Okay. Don't make me do it again. Okay, we checked. We did get your death prayer. No, we don't want another one from you ever. Good, because I'll come right down tomorrow and give you one. In fact, I'll do it right now too. What? No, sir. We said we don't want it from you. Okay, that's the only attitude I want is snap to attention, get into your uniform, nothing on your uniform, get to work. They work for us. We pull the puppet strings down. We got the power. That's it. We're with God. We're going to God. Who do you think runs this place? Not them. If you're working a script and the slushy's getting spilled on your leg, you're not running Disneyland at all. Who's running Disneyland for real? The people who are working there or the super elite Club 33 people that just get to go through every gate and do anything they want? They're running it. Really? That's you and me. For real. For real. That's you and me. You see? If you really see who has the power, you have the knowledge, you have the power, you have the information, you signed up with God. That's the reaction in their face. Your reaction is happiness. The more that happens, you're like, I can't believe this is real. And it's like Willy Wonka, like got a ticket, and it's not candy, it's God in there. It's like, screw Willy Wonka. Yeah, I'm going home to God. No, y'all aren't doing that. What is wrong with you? They got golden tickets laying around here. They're like, yeah, we don't want one. It's like, that's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference. Stark difference in who you are and who they are. And there's nothing to worry about because you have your heart. You got here. So you got 8 more years. So what? Don't worry about anything. You got here. God's going to create any situation around you so that you're going to react to it with your heart. You know, the stimuli, you react to it with your heart that God gave you, and God will give you the experiences you need to go home to God. That's why you're sitting here. Listen, because that's what you want to have happen. I'm saying it's going to happen. It's going to happen because of what the dynamics you chose to live on. I'm going to sign up with you, God, and I'm under my own recognizance. I'll work from my own heart. That you already did it. You signed up. You're doing it, and it's working. See. Mike. That's so good, man. Oh, what? Living in fear costs all of us fee. It costs a fee. It does. It does. That's cancer. That's I got health problems. Just lying costs them. Literally, if you lied day and night, you would die. It's like you can't just sit there and drink liquor all day. You will die. Your heart will die. You're connected to heaven if you had to lie all day, every day. You never can tell the truth to anyone ever, ever. You die. You don't have a life. You're not even a human being. Think about what that life would be. You would die. You would literally die. You would cause health problems, cause you so much stress to never act or speak the truth ever your entire lifetime. Never, never, never. You would literally, you see, you'd have a disease. You'd be like, that's what they're all, in the hospital, dropping like flies, carrying on all this stuff. Totally true, Mike. Good way to say it. Thank you. DDJ Baba. State of Texas doesn't really want me in court. That's for sure. They want time to review. Yeah. Like, let's just, maybe can we hold this off for 8 years? Yeah. No. But you see their reaction to it. Correct, Didi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You see? Right. True. Thank you, John T. Baba. Yes, that's exactly you're noticing you're playing your opponents out there, nose to nose rugby in the mud and the dirt for everything for your soul. You have now gotten to the point where you are aware of your opponent and every little thing they're up to. So you notice, you see, where you're trying to get by them and the scrum and the rugby and you're pushing, you're clawing, get past them, you're going to notice a change in their scrum to get through. You're going to notice something has happened. Oh, here's a weakness. Here's something. That's what you notice. Yeah, yeah. Totally. 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 They're afraid of you, TD. That's a good sign. Thank you, Frank. Yes. They're afraid of God, but thank you, Frank. And that's why they're afraid of Dee. Boom. That's it. That's why they fear me. Exactly. It's like, what? I play for Wrexham, baby. I play for the God team. What? You should fear me. What? Look at all my hooligan. Look at my God is my hooligan. What? You better be nice. He could have smacked you upside the head with a bottle, I'm telling you, or something way worse in your life. You have no idea. Oh, that's exactly right, Dee Dee. Walk, and Jesus Christ walks with you. Yeah, that's it. That's why they fear us. You see, your heart is there, your compass is there. You see what they do to you when you don't answer like that. That's the only answer. They're not afraid of you or me. They're afraid of us because hey, they'll make me call my dad's right here. My big brother's right here. Hey, don't make me don't. If I have to tap him on his shoulder, you know what happens, don't you? Okay, so it's not me. It's like, oh, step aside. Yeah, no, I got no problem with you, but he does. Totally, that's it. Thank you, Dee Dee. You're welcome. I love it when a pun hits a home run. Oh, West Virginia is lucky to have you. Wait, North Carolina is lucky to have you. Wherever you are, Florida's lucky to have you. We just don't have you right now. The roving minstrel. Alan, question. The avatar is the avatar even before the avatar realizes the avatar. He is, but he's not playing that role. That's why the five perfect masters, right, have to run things until then. They have to. Hey, Disney World has to be open. I have to play the game with memory wipe, the whole deal, just like the ones who have to make it to God, or there's a totally separate game. Oh, the Avatar plays this one game and we play this other game. No, no, it's not at all. You see, uh, I have a heart, you have a heart, so there's that. We don't play it different. Uh, I just am created by God in a certain way to always win. But always have memory wipe. I don't have any attributes that are different than yours. I don't. I don't, or else I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't be, hey, guess what? I wouldn't have anything to give you. I'd be living a different experience. I have nothing to tell you, honestly. I wouldn't have anything. But no, there's one game, and these are the players in a different section. And you and I, the winners of the game, play the game the same. We play a different character. We play it from a different section, but no, we play the exact same game. Really, exactly, basically. So I get to the seventh play. What the? Not hell? Wait, what? And then I have to, work it out, which is that's this last 8 years, just like, oh, hit the seventh plate and then, get a year to, I guess, organize and figure out the next eight, Uh, and that's the way it happens, each one. It's like, okay, 7 tests, you did it, get ready for the next test on the next plate. It's like, oh, it's just keeps this static forward motion. Uh, where every plane is possible for a player of the game, but there's a certain time limit. You see to say it, so you have to move. You have to move. You have to move forward spiritually, and it's more. You know, people are like, "Hey, I have to totally be this way or something." It's more about not being something. Like Mary Robbins says, God comes in when everything else is gone. It's not about having more than you have. It's about having less than you have in a way. Less things, less programming, less anything but your heart, because you've been lied to your whole life. So you just really need your heart. That's where God comes in. The rest of it is like, that's not working out. It's not. It's an overlay of the game that's stopping you from getting to God until you put it in proper perspective. That's my character. Of course, I'm going to play the right role. I have a heart. You're going to do the right thing wherever you are. Okay, that's fine, fine. So the character, where you are, who you're with, you're going to do that, of course. But God put you in that, so that isn't really all of who you are. All of who you are is one who's placed in this position or any position, and you would work it out because your connection to God is, hear that. Oh, that's a great word. Oh my God. Irreversible. 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 Once you reach a certain connection with God, it's irreversible. It's irreversible. You see what I'm saying? And that's true consciousness. God is the only thing that is real. So when you get closer to God, it's irreversible. Take away the knowledge, take away your memory wipe. Doesn't matter. It's not going to reverse your connection to God. Your heart is your connection to God. It's not going to reverse it in any way. You will have that, and so you play right up to the spot where you had your heart last time. You play it quick to that. You'll get there. Like here, you got 8 years old. Okay, you played it. You're up to where your heart was last time for sure. For sure, you feel like you made progress, right? Yeah. So now you like, okay, I can beat this thing this time. I'm in the car. I can beat this. I know what's up. I made my right choice. I'm not making wrong choices. So you can balance the slates, right? Get your baptism slates balanced. You made it to the line. What had to have happened, right? What happened had to have happened. Great. But now, you're right. You're out of the minor leagues. You're gonna play 8 years in the big leagues. Out you go. Out you go. Out. Do you know who you are? Or who's running the game now? You are. Okay. That's what they're gonna test you on. Yeah. West Virginia. All right, Mike. Very good. Well, let's all pray that West Virginia goes well and the home happens quickly and all that for Mike and his family. God bless you, brother. Hey, your family. Okay. Alan. Okay, so does your universal work start only when you realize you're the avatar? Uh I'm not. That's a good question. That's more like what's universal work? You know what I'm saying? Universal work. It's like, when am I not doing the same thing I'm doing every time? Yeah, I think I'm doing the same thing every time. Thankfully, I don't know that. So when is your? It's more like, when does your character actually start to do something on stage? It was doing all this other junk, and it's just like, what are you doing? Once you, and it's like once you find out the truth of your situation, your actions totally change, and that's when you like. You know what? You with the puppet strings, give me those things. That's not working out. Give them. No good. You're, no. Bad. Give me that thing. What? Okay, keep it up. Fine. Keep it up. But listen, I'm gonna be watching you. And I'm gonna tell other people the secret ways to get through your little freaking carnival. You get me? Okay, you keep that little puppet strings, you ain't got mine. And anybody who wants out, I'm gonna take their puppet strings from you. I'm over here. No puppet strings. They're like, put him over in the corner somewhere where nobody sees him. We like puppet strings. So, wh- honestly, what a great question. What really, truly is my universal work? Let's just say that. That's the first question of it. I say soul, right? I say souls. I mean, God says souls. I don't know how to say this. Uh, yeah, Dee Dee would answer this better. Like, she was just like, it's not me. It's no, right? It's if I don't have the knowledge to give you, how can you then, perform actions to get yourself so you're out of reincarnation? That's my universal work, to get someone out of reincarnation. That's my, hey, I got one to leave. That's the only reason for the game. That's the only reason I'm here. So that's my universal work. Period. Right? That's it. That's very pretty self-explanatory. And so if I'm not able to give anyone the truth, I have to win the game to really do my universal truth. That's why you know the other team is run so exactly the same all the time. So that the game's the same all the time, so the knowledge is the same at the same date on the same time, and the characters have the final 8 years to really actually play it on their own. So that's when I say get ready to hit your first team now. You're gonna get out on the pitch there. I'm gonna stand on the sidelines and watch and yell at you. I'm gonna say fuck so many times you're not gonna believe it. You know what I mean? That's Avatar. How many times do you say, "Get the fuck out of here?" It's like, okay. You know? Uh so that's what it's about. But it's not about it's just about making the correct decisions in the moment, like Didi did. No, it's not me. Sorry, I walk with God. That's it. That's always the answer to everything. If that's always your answer, that's where you're headed. It has to get to that. It's like that's your boarding pass, right? You're trying to get on a plane home to God. And you can't be waving just anything in your hand, like go Wrexham. That's gonna get you to Wrexham. You see the go Wrexham, yeah, woo. No, you're going to Wrexham. What? No, that's not gonna happen. No, with God, that's it. We're gonna ask you another million times. It's like, go ahead. Going home to God. Where's the freaking boarding pass? That's it. Where is it? You had me up till now. Now you never have me. See how that's always they're here to make sure that, and you're here to always answer the same answer, period, all the time. You're clear on where you want to go. They're clear where you want to go. God's clear where you want to go. There ain't no mud in the water anymore. Crystal clear. And that's where you're going. How could it be anything else? See, that's you having control of the puppet strings. That you decide where you're going to go in every situation. You decide because you always got the same answer. That's it. That's it. Does it feel like your universal work began before you got fully God realized? It's true. In other words, they have to get me to God realization. That's their work too. That's their reason for existence too, is to get me there and you still alive and so you can play the game and the players. That's their job, to make all this happen. You know, they got to be careful about it too. And let us do the good things, the horrible things, know the whole script. They're like, this is where they totally mess up. Haha, but they're going to come back. And these are all foibles that they have built into them that they got to change. So we're playing this script they're watching, and they got to change their ways. We're changing them from the beginning. You see what I'm saying? I would have never done. Wow, look at him. He does win. He does overcome it. Oh, dude, I would have killed myself. Look, he's homeless. Look at an idiot. We tell him to be homeless and kill himself, and he won't do it. They're like, yeah, we know this part. Whatever. You want to go get a beer or something? Like, this is weird. Party doesn't. This is boring. This is boring. This is stupid. Oh, okay. What? He's back. He's doing okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm interested. We had nothing, and now he's something. Oh, okay. All right. Huh. You see, from that perspective, that's why I say I'm not here just for you. You see, I am here for them because they are going to get here too. They're just on a different timeline. They were you. Of course, I'm working for them too. They start off working for me, coddling me, getting to. I am a spiritual baby. Hey, baby Jesus, you little idiot. Hey, stupid. Be nice to him. He doesn't know anything. He's kind of sweet. He's kind of mean though when he wakes up. Give him 6 feet. Let's do a 6 feet thing during that because he kind of scares me then. uh Nice one-way ticket to God, no more round trips. That's it. That's it. Your questions are always superb, sir. Didi, a lot like Muhammad, the Prophet, Jack has a great lineage with Sufi. That's true. It's true. It's part of the script. I don't know who else like Sufi. What is Sufi? I'm like, okay, I don't even. I just was like, okay, I'll never know what Sufi means. I don't even know. And then get to Mirababa, I was like, okay, I'll just got the Sufi part, and I'll never know what that means. Really, okay. I can meet Hazrat. Wait, Hidayat Khan. Hidayat Khan. Hazrat's like son. And started like the Sufi part of Islam. I and I'm like, okay, I'll just never know what Sufi means. It's all the same. Oh, it's you all. Sufi's you. Of course, it's you. It's always you. It's always you guys. What are you? Yes, I'm here for you all. I am Sufi too. Yes, I'm. Because the religion is a group mind thing, which they have. You and I don't have a group mind thing. We're like, well, something's off over here. Yeah, we don't have a religious mind thing. We only accept the truth. They need a patterned overlay for a group and to be in absolute complete harmony with it. Totally different than you and I. We need to be in disharmony. You see, like we need to be in the absolute correct, perfect tune, not slightly tuned to earth tune, God tuned. We will only accept perfect tune. Me too. So yeah, Didi, Sufi lineage. Mir Baba said Muhammad didn't want to be a problem. He was an avatar because what happened to Christ? Yeah. Uh that's interesting. I don't know what you got. Jesus Christ's work was not completed. What do you affirm? This is what that now you're getting at something that I can speak on. Each avatar that Bear Baba lays out for us, right? Oh, hey, there's 7 of us. It's like, oh, okay. Is a representative of each plane. An avatar representative focused more on like the first plane, the second plane, the third plane, Jesus Christ, the fourth plane. You see what I'm saying? I did make a list before. I was like this plane, that plane, each avatar. So you could see people gravitate more to an avatar fairy tale story that more matches their desire and interest for a certain plane. Yeah. And they're really, non-player characters, whatever, and they're born in a certain place, and that's because you're Muslim because you're born there. You're Catholic because you're born there. Like they didn't. They're not whatever. And now you had met a pretty Jewish girl or a rich, Catholic guy. Some stimuli made you change your religion or whatever, but God gave you a bunch of stuff. See, our stimuli didn't have us go from one religion to another like that. Our stimuli went, these religions, there's something missing. You see what I'm saying? There's something's left out here. These are like this, like God is not the full truth isn't here. You see, the full truth is elsewhere, somewhere else. And each story of the Avatar is the Avatar never found the truth of the religion. They all say it's found outside of it. So if you listen to it, you're like, okay, that makes sense actually. And then you look at the hive, you're like, well, why are you doing this religion? You all don't, you're not even listening to your guy that you say you listen to. You see, what's going on here? And you notice this disharmony with religion and what they say and what they do, that all religious people are hypocrites. So you notice that. But each avatar is tuned to a plane. You see what I'm saying? So, like you could be more attracted to Muhammad. You read into this, you and I, going for the 7th plane, we can read about any of the avatars, right? Oh, this means this. Oh, I resonate with this. It's okay to pick and choose from this because you realize that they're all fairy tales, but characters that are real, backed by God. But they resonate, they vibrate with, they hold a tune to, right? A certain spiritual awareness that people are attracted to, that's their tuning. Their spiritual tuning is attracted to what they're in tune with. You see what I'm saying? And then they kind of like get stuck there, usually, generally, right? That tunement. They don't, no one, it's like people, let me use this example. I see people wear a crystal on their neck. And I'll say, don't wear a crystal around your neck. That's crystallizes where your heart is. Your heart's supposed to be free of crystal, you see? No. You're supposed to flow free with God. You ain't supposed to crystallize it at one spot. That doesn't help your power. It keeps your power in the same spot. Like a religion, you see, is tuned to a certain doing. It doesn't have a bunch of other. That's it. And it will keep you there. You know, truth is past that. There is some truth in each character, yes. And that's what Didi is pointing to. There's a progression through the work. You see the saying? Oh, Jesus Christ, right? Bear Baba spoke about this. He's on the fourth plane. Fourth plane is a plane of miracles where you're pulled, ripped apart by either side. You're leaving the subtle plane for no until you're like, wait, what are you talking about? There's a bunch of fallen angels here. They all know what's going on. There's a 64-year time loop. What the? My head's gonna blow off. I think my head's gonna explode. You know, that's fourth plane, and God's listening to you. By the way, you notice your prayers are performing miracles. You're like, that stupid guy with the, AK-47, whatever it is. I can't remember that Dee Dee's story with the hip hop guy. She's like, that guy's not coming to town. Fourth, but she's like, I'm gonna pray to God. He didn't come twice. And this is a great long story, but that's fourth plane action, where you're being ripped apart and your life is being torn to shreds. And yet, at the same time, you seem to be performing miracles and they're kind of scared of you. And if only you knew what was up, you would destroy them in a second. And I'm like, hey, hold on a second. They're not who you think you are. Who you think they are. And I talk you through it, you come out the other side. So I use that example, Didi. I know you're okay with it. I could use me as an example, but you see each character is a representation of that plane and so on. And it's like when Mayor Baba talked about Buddha. Oh, Buddha would get you to nirvana but not pass. You see what I'm saying? So the character's consciousness and the script is to a certain level of spiritual development. They made it, and here's a thing you need to do on the path to get there. And then, okay, I got Buddhism, and then you can move. But that's not, that's from such a pullback overlay position of the game. It's like, yeah, the Epcot Center, you got to go through, Tomorrowland and over here. They're like, what are you talking about, man? You got a map or something? Like, yeah, there's a big map at the gate. Disney World here. We don't have no map. Yeah, you run through these different, and then you're over at Epcot Center. That's where you get what? You're in the ball. See, there's a ball, and then you go, "Hey, where's Avatar?" I'm like, "Hey, it's me." And then you're like, "Yeah, what?" Yeah, just going over there. I'll meet you over there. Like, what? We can't. We need a map. I was like, "Well, there's only one." No. Oh shit. I'm sorry. I can tell you about the map, but I actually don't have a map. I saw it. God shows it to me. I can see it right now, but I can't show it to you. I can tell you about it. It's like, wait a second, what? I know. I hope that clears up what you're getting at, GD, on that, because it was really very fundamental information that you're getting on there. Didi, Sufi, remembrance of God with divine love and devotion, right? Remembrance. You're Fruit Looper, right? Coming around again. Didi, Islamic terms is more spiritual, not religious. True. No, actually, Sufi is more spiritual and not religious. So that's why, like, Sufism has that bent of being outside religion. Oh, that's part of Islam. It's like, no, actually, it's sort of not. It's sort of saying that finding God is outside of religion. That's what Sufism is saying. Sorry, it's not. We're not a religion because it doesn't work. Jesus spoke in parables, and Mir Bala played English. Yes. Two different levels of character. So here, Jesus Christ, 4 played. Mir Bala, 7 played. Pure truth, pure truth, pure truth, pure truth. Can you hear the words? Probably not. You know, what is he talking about? Spheres and what? Firmament? What does he say? We don't even know. Then the other was like, we know, we just can't tell you. We guess. In fact, we know, you know. We read your mind. Don't ever come back to the Pilgrim Center, Marathon Pilgrim. We know you know. Get out of here. It's a blessing, but we're very serious. You can't come back. Seriously, we can't be around you. And this whole thinking like God is actually real, the way you think, like, get out of here. We can't handle it. We need some distance. Okay. Ah, Alan. When I was in junior high school, I was not liked by one of my teachers, and she would every day say to the whole class, "No, Mo, Po." Oh my gosh, you're saying a blessing for you to get on the dome. That's so incredible. Now I got it for a long time. Didn't know why I was singing out. Oh my god, that is so hilarious. It's a little poetic song. Oh my god, you had your little game section with your whole little rhymey. What? Like, y'all are driving me absolutely. Al's redhead and nice in the South. It's like if those two things don't mix, nothing don't mix. It's like oil and vinegar. Throw a redhead into the South. Let's see how he does. It's like, oh, he did great. Oh my God, he's so nice. But I bet he had a temper when he's little. Uh, that's so funny. That's so funny. They helped you get out of that and be the sweet guy you are. But yeah, no, it's their whole reason for existence, for getting us to win the game. And they also what? They're God gave them, spiritual jealousy. They want to be us, but they don't. It's like, it's very funny to see that in them. I hate you, but I love you. I love you, but I sort of hate you. That whole thing. No, Mopo, we love you in my class. I'm going to miss you. Oh, I'm going to cry, I think. But hey, get out of the dome. All right, see you. Yeah, they do so much for us. They're like our guardian angels. They literally are our guardian angels. It's like, wait, you're my guardian angel? You annoyed the crap out of me, but you did what you had to do, and that's true love. So earn your feathers and wings. You did your job. Have a good afterlife for your own self. All right. Or now life. Be not seeing you. So off they go into I'm not a character on the stage anymore. Okay, got my feathers and wings. Off I go. I'm off stage now. I did it. Choo. I said. So that's you. I understand it. Why I was singing out last sentence, may they earn their feathers and wings. Give them your Yelp review. Don't give them half a Yelp review, full Yelp reviews. Follow me? That's it. We see the game now. Y'all play the game for me. It's like, yo, the carnival's looking legit. Look, the paint's all good. Hey, because we're more than how we were playing the game. Now we're the game inspectors. You see what I'm saying? How are you doing over there? Hey, yeah, I'm checking you out. I know who you are. It's like, we have the super fairies around us now all the time. It's the only ones that can play the game well enough to be trusted at all around us. We have the super high level ones, you and I now. So we're playing it for real. We are. We are. Accept it. And just treat them with their due. They're the greatest characters that are alive. Otherwise, they wouldn't be played around you. But they don't have God properly the way you do. You have a heart, and so they actually don't hold a candle to you in no way, shape, or form. You could beat the pants off them any day of the week, half awake, just waking up. You can totally, they don't have a heart. And you beat them all. Everything they throw at you, you're going to beat them. That's the last 8 years. You're going to get tested, and the test is always going to be one. And that's where you start to impact them. You see, that constant, never get it wrong, like always win the game thing, impresses that they're the losers on them. And this is a time when we give an impact to them, and God watches over us more because our role like reverses. Okay, it's in the process of it. That's what the last 8 years are for. You see, it's not supposed to happen on 9/11, 2025. It reverses. And no, see how each section of 8 years took the entire 8 years. It wasn't like boom that day, boom. No. So this is, we're going to play the game, and at the end of the game is the full. We won. We met with God, and you all lost the game. You idiots! What are you doing? You see, it's going to build. I'm saying we're going to cross the line now. It's going to build in our favor. You see, notice it, be aware of it, see what's going around you, and act accordingly. Act your character accordingly. Yeah. All right. Didi, the script was Jesus Christ went on his path as a yogi. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now you know everything coming out of the cross. Grab a walk around and see how the place is doing. Everybody's like, that dude does miracles now and he knows what's up. And he's coming this way. Get it together, everyone. It's like, you know, whatever, the head of the Navy is going to inspect all the ships today, and your ship is the day is scheduled for your ship. And you're the one that's coming by, right? You're like, yeah, I'm not the president of the of the war machine, but I'm the admiral up here for all the all of Texas. So here I come. They're like, yeah, okay, yeah. How do we do? It's like, yeah, I'll let you know when I'm leaving. I'm not gonna let you. I'll let you if you get me out to my car, and everything's cool, and we did it quickly. Then I'll let you know. I'll let you know for sure how you did. For sure, I'm gonna let you know. But you want me to let you know in a nice way. So why don't you just do what you're supposed to do? Great, great. That's what's on your mind. They're reading your mind before you get there. So the inspector's coming up. How do they look? On a job site, it's like, oh hey, what do they used to call it? The inspector's coming by. It's like, oh shit, what? Clean up, get ready. That's you now. You see, you're the inspector for the game. You're working for me. I'm the shepherd. Hey, I'm getting souls. Don't slack off over there. We only got 8 years. Play your character. Be evil if they want if they haven't figured. Yeah, play your game. Play your best game. I need souls. Do your dark side horribleness. Hey, great. Keep it up. Play your script. I need souls for God. Okay. See, that's you. That's you. That's you. I see what's up. I'm going to God. Of course I am. If I see anybody on my path too, that's coming to God too, which is you all, each other, where you get together, or you message each other, whatever. That's you. That's how you treat each other. Like, hey, we're on the same, you know, you mean we're an unfunded soccer team? We're funded by God with miracles. Oh, okay. And then we'll be funded at some point. Yeah. The last 8 years, there's some funding will come through for some of you and stuff. Yeah. And some miracles will happen. Things will happen in our favor that are impossible. Yes, that will happen. And these are the reasons. Has to. Or else logically, why would the other team want to come over? Oh, you lose at the end, but you win on the other. No, dude, they're not. They would never come. Yeah, you get almost the whole loop, but you get your ass kicked at the end of the game, like usual. You see, has to happen. Has to happen. That's your role. Okay, and now you're aware of it. Okay, Jamie. Another way you say I used to wear a crystal thinking it was a good thing. I know. And people would do that because they want to get to Christ. You're like, oh, Christ, crystal, you have the internal knowledge of something. But Christ and crystal, you don't want the rock. You want the guy who gets you out of the rock. You see? Get that rock. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm against the crystal. I'm named about the crystal, but that's the stuff I'm here to smash. You see? I'm like, give me the crystal smashing hammer. Thank you very much. Boing! Yeah. No, I'm not. They named me after the crystal, but that's the thing I smash. Not the thing I'm in love with. It's the opposite. See how they name us horrible shit? Christ is like naming, hey, King of the Jews. It's like, I'm King of the Jews me one more time over there. And I'm going to call God. I'm going to weep for God. You're going to make tears come out of my eyes for God. Like, good. That's the goal. They're like, yeah, well, you do it great. That is their goal. That is their job. Tears flow and they lose. Yeah. They make us suffer. We cry out to God. We've had it. We don't care. With any nothing but God. Sorry. Just you everything else, you have it all. Only God. God's like, oh, you did your job. Good. And now it's your job because you want to get to God to say, hey, you did your job. You were absolutely horrible, which was your job. So you did it great. Let me tell you, you were horrible to the infinite. Congratulations. Don't ever try it again. Don't get near me with that stuff ever again. If you try it, I'm going to call God like Dee Dee calls God. Watch me. You see? She's like, I didn't do nothing. I'm calling God again right now. You say I'm doing something. That means you're trying to get over me. Hey, God, somebody's trying to say I'm doing stuff. Love it. I love it. Dee Dee, Takeshi sings that. Thank you. Did a live show video. He wasn't scared to perform, but for some reason, the only place was Austin. He cannot seem to play. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. And in this last 8 years, because we were out there, we learned in the game, played in the dirt, man, in the worst, most horrible conditions. Our hearts still, we won. Still, we won. Still. And God loves to watch us do that, apparently. You know, look at the underdog. Here they come again. Oh, look at you all. It's like, God, man, come on, really? And then you're like, okay, I did. It is hard to get over here. You don't, after playing the game against, they're like, do we have our own locker room or something where they don't come? It's like, yes, they don't come where we go. Great. Because they annoy the crap out of me. And yes, they do. They'll be staying and you'll be leaving. Okay, then I'll win. that's the final incentive that gets you over the line. Okay, let's do this. I don't want to stay here with them. No, you don't. Here we go. Touche, Didi. Isn't that right? Non-touche. Right? Touche is a repartee. Like, hey, nope. Touche. Did it happen? Nobody responded. It's like, Takeshi, no. Put him on the Barbie. Put Takeshi on the Barbie. Didi, he was promoting violence everywhere I know. It's horrible. the backdrop fell. That's right. That's what happened. That's who you are. You see, we're going into the last 8 years. You got to see, Didi been in this a while. So same with me. Well, we knocking down the backdrop right here. Don't make me call God. Don't call me. Don't say I'm running. Don't say I'm the powerful one or I'm the, don't give me all that Christ nonsense. Don't, that just means I'm going to push the button. What did you just say? Jesus Christ. Hey, man, probably get in here. God, listen. Don't I what I have no ego in this game. I know God is the one to mess you up, not me. So I just God all the time and say his name all the time. Every which name, everything you got. I'm saying it. And never leave my thoughts ever. I know you're always going to try and trip me up around the next corner. right? As soon as I get some quiet moment, you come mess with me. Never again. Never again. Never. I'm never going to be complacent. I know you're going to come right then at the perfect sunset, at the perfect whatever. I'm relaxed or whatever. Yeah, I know you're coming. I'm still going to say, nah, sending you to God. Sorry, sending me to God. That's it. Nothing else. Step off. The easy button. Thank you. God, hey, listen, God, hey, God, boop. He keeps hitting that easy God button, and we keep bursting into flames. It's like, yep, hit it up, bip, boop, boop, up, boop, hit it up, beep. It's like, no, keep coming. No, what? Why are you stopping? Why are you walking backwards? What? What's the problem? I'm gonna what? You think I'm gonna hit the easy button? Yeah, I'm gonna. What? No, keep. Come on, come on. I dare you. No, you down there. Get run up. Try it. And next, got. That's it. Man, we got no. What? Ain't nobody got no time for this. You see, we actually this last 8 years. We're clear. We're gonna be clear in our choices. We know the truth. Gonna make clear choices. Gonna make them for the heart. You're gonna make the right choices, and then the dominoes are falling our way already. You see them as sort of a prelude to this last 8 years. So making you aware of it, and by your choices depends on how good or bad these last 8 years are. Sorry. You see, either I tuned your instrument properly and you're going to make all right choices and we're going to slaughter them infinitely, or I didn't really do my job and your instrument isn't tuned properly. That's on me, that's on God, whatever. That's what happened. No, it's time to go out on stage and play your music for 8 years straight. Okay? You might get some interludes. We'll all be playing. So you play for a little bit, and I'll play for a little bit. That's it, though. You see, even when you're in the green room, you still consider your play. You see what I'm saying? Because they're going to mess with you. That's the job. All right? Uh, our bite mocked fry. Yeah? Yeah, time to go in and play in the orchestra at the what do you call the concentration camp. Yeah, we're in the orchestra at the concentration camp. You ain't dying, but you better play. We're not going to save any souls, you see? Okay, so be in tune with God and everything goes well. All right? Let's see what else I got listed here. I want to make sure I don't skip anything. Great thoughts or questions. I want to keep you tuned up. So, this last section will be, top opposition. They're gonna send out all their great subs and their starters. You're in the Premier League now, soccer metaphor. You're in the top league. They're gonna send their top players against you, and that's gonna give you top karmic reaction too when you make the right choices. So that progress will be faster, bigger hurdles, bigger wins coming your way. Makes sense, the last 8. Okay. Okay. Final thing, then I will stop. I listened to this band for a while, Wookie Foot, and cute drummer hippie that I lived with when I was homeless coming off the road. I learned all that. Evil but cute. Uh, Turned me on to Wookie Foot, and they're great. Out of Minnesota. Never got big, but they're sweet. And their name of their band, okay, it has a meaning, which I get told what it is. A Wookie Foot is, let's say you're going to have a festival, somewhere. Uh, hey, this week or this weekend, we're having a big festival, 3-day festival, all these bands. Here's the big, we're going to be having it at, XYZ State Park, and they have that giant, we got 3 stages, and all these bands are coming, this much for camping and parking. What, all that, right? Let's say, what do they call that one? Out the burners, right? Out in the desert, right? The Burning Man. So the burners are out there, you know. Oh, we're going to the desert and stuff. So what's a Wookie foot? A Wookie foot is if you know where a festival is going to be, yeah, and hey, I got to drive through, the cops and stuff, and they'll be checking for drugs. What you do is you go to the festival like a week early and you dig like a hole. You put all like the nitrous tank in it and all the drugs and everything. You can't get through the gate, and you become the guy when you're at the festival. You see what I'm saying? So that's a Wookiee foot. Uh, it's like, who would know to do that? Where something's going to be ahead of time and stuff like that. A looper, right? The loop, what's going to happen ahead of time. Wookie foot. So it's a joke on them, an internal joke of a band name. Hey, we know what's up ahead of time. The name of the band. See? You get it? They know, and they're still afraid of you. You got a heart. You got a connection to God. Dee Dee's right. It's not me. It's God. Yeah, that's right. Pray to God. Your heart is connected to God. They run scared, and they should. Like steam or fire started inside of it, like smoke is shooting out. It's like I'm off, and they just run away. Ah, okay. That's what I have for this week. Thank you for all your thoughts, your questions, and everything. Thanks for your support. It's not easy on my end bringing this through. It really isn't. Just physically and mentally to like the infinite. Like I am the character that's supposed to be, bring the infinite into the finite. I am that character, so that's you know the role that I'm created to be able to handle and stuff like that. But it's not a role that's easy to handle. I'm just saying, even the God created me, so I do it. If I was experiencing something that you're not, that would still, that you're not capable of experiencing in your current character and what you have. I wouldn't have anything to teach you. See, it's the same thing. So it would be like you got a judgment day, you made a home to God and stuff, and then God says, "Come play the character again." Not supposed to do that. Nah, you ain't supposed to do that. No one's supposed to do that. Just me. No one has the capacity of heart to do that. And God made my heart bigger than anyone else's. So just because He breaks it, first of all, He gives me a big heart, then He removes it, then He gives me infinite heart, right? While I'm still here. No other way, unless Jesus Christ put His actual heart inside of me, could I do this. And still, that thing has thorns on it. You know what I'm saying? It is not easy. There's no way to describe the difficulty of trying to give you this information and speak it through a physical form and give you the nature of God, because I know it and experience it. It is not meant to happen, except for one character to do that. But it is not easy, you see. And so your support, I'm trying to say that your support is very meaningful on every level. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Because it's just, yeah, I wouldn't have it another way. Obviously, that's the way I'm born to do this, or not born to do this, created to do this. So obviously, I'll do it. God don't get it wrong. So, but you know, that you have a heart and that you're helping and caring and stuff that really makes it possible for me to continue this. It's an aspect of the game where, a shepherd don't eat, unless there's a flock. It's just eat rocks, dude. You're like, I can't eat a rock. So I have to do my job well, and so thank you for your support. You're doing great. You really are. To get this far and not, turn evilly against me and start your own website and steal my stuff is obviously you can see is that's a standard reaction. Oh no, he did such a good thing. I can be evil and then I don't remember saying any of that stuff, but anyway, so you're very rare. And no one's really meant to get to this level before you got here. You got here, you got the truth. The gates are going to open on 9/11, and the end game is going to begin right there. And you can see everybody's your eyeballing your opponents, they're eyeballing you. We're about to go into the final uh, eighth of the game, final quarter of the quarter, final end times. Here we go. They know, you're looking across the field at them. Hey, you're going to do this. You're going to win. And they know you're going to win. I know you're going to win. And you know you're going to win too because you're not going to go back where you're like, if anything, you're upset with your non-knowledgeable self for being such an idiot like me. Like, how did I go for that? God, dude, they had everything, including miraculous powers. Just that's how. Of course they did. They're meant to. Don't feel bad about that, okay? Feel bad if they get you now. Don't let it happen. You see, now is they keep it all the score matters, clean slate, and it can count everything. So I'm just like, listen, you sheep out there, them wolves are gonna still be out there. They're gonna look so much like sheep, and they're not gonna be. So use your methods, and they will get you. Yeah. Okay. All right. You're doing great. J. Bob and G. Gee, thank you, John, for all you're doing. Wonderful. Yes. Okay, so you're doing well. Off we go. Got a couple weeks here. What? 31 days. And we go at it, eh? We can do this. Let's put this. Okay. Yeah. We're about to go into the final eighth part of this. You know what I'm saying? Onto the battlefield against the whole thing. It's like, the final battle of the Avengers when and they start coming through the wall. Only thing is, you're standing there by yourself with only a couple of ain't a whole bunch of everybody's from all these different dimensions or stuff like that. It is. You're standing there, and God's behind you. It's infinite behind you like that, but it's very few physical characters out there on the turf. You see, what's behind you is infinite. Okay, so see that, and that they are afraid of you, your little rock. Send out the tall guy. Yeah, drill one between his eyes with some knowledge that they don't want to hear. Whap, doing, and down they go. Right? Talk to the other team about truth, they back off. You say God's name, they back off. Yeah, don't make me throw the stone over there, Goliath. Well, bam! God's name. Oh, down and out you go. Sorry. I told you, you could read my mind. Get out of the way before I get there. You get me? I don't see no cops around me. They're in a distance. We go by, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Saying a prayer for you right now. Oh, yeah, you want it? Come and get it. It could be silent. I know you're hearing my prayer right now. Get on over here. Okay. All right, so prepare to be tested and prepare to begin to see some light at the end of the tunnel. Like, oh, something good happened. You know what I mean? I overcame this. Things are getting better. Great. This happened. Oh, finally. You know what I'm saying? Some of you are experiencing that, you see? And that's what's going to, our position, as long as we stay solid in our choices with God, no right from wrong, make the right choices, that we're going to experience that, a bettering, if you will, of our situation over time, or else what? This game's a hoax. Yeah? Okay. You with me? I got you grounded for the next upcoming part of the game, I hope? Okay. I know you're going to do well. God bless your success. I will see you next week, a Sunday at noon. Okay, Easter. All right, everyone. God bless you all. All right, Frank. Great message. Good. I know you got this. I know God chose you for a reason. Okay, I know you got this. God bless you.